How's it going, everyone? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Streaming from the palace that Ronald McDonald built today. Streaming from here. Last day here. I've decided to go all in on crypto. Last day at Mickey D's. No more taking orders from the general manager or all that stuff. Also, every time I drive the Lambo to work, they just seem to not, they can't quite appreciate the butterfly doors. They can't quite, this thing, they can't appreciate the space, the room, the vroom, the ability for someone who, flipping burgers to actually drive a nice car. They don't like that. They don't like it in the parking lot. You can't even park it out back. Kind of sucks. So that's kind of just trying to channel the state of the community around the sentiment of the PulseChain.com, at least it appears. But Lambo, and put this right here. Motivation, and back it in. You can't. It's very hard to back those things in. I've heard. We'll have to see. So, anyways, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Yeah, my opening joke monologue. No, none of that's true. That is a real Lambo, though. So pretty cool. I do like it. Yeah, I thought I'd do just a fun show because I probably won't be streaming this weekend, and we'll see how much next week too. But do a fun show. Talk about, get your questions in. I'll probably go for about 30, 40 minutes or so. Talk about what's next for PulseChain. I know if you haven't been watching my streams all the time for the last 2 weeks, you've probably uninformed about all the amazing things going on in the PulseChain and what literally could be next. I did a whole series, actually. Should I just pull up the series just to reference to? I should probably do that. Let me pull it up. Give you some reference streams as well. Oh, we got one going to zero. Going to zero. Let's go. What if it drops another 99% and then does a 10,000x? There we go. Never know. It's called optimism. Let me share the screen. Having a sense of humor, very underrated. And let's see. If we go to live, scroll down here. I did a whole series on. Yeah, I did the PulseChain deep dive on the ecosystem, which is pretty good too. I think on explaining how stuff works, the beginnings, block explorers, bridges, liquidity, all that stuff. Where's the ones that I did about? I did a whole series about. I did 2 or 3 streams, I think, on the super app. And let me find it. Next big product. Yeah, so this one was pretty cool. So I talked about privacy. I know actually Liberty Swap is working on. Let me get to X real quick and show you. Shout out to Liberty Swap. They are putting in the work, doing a lot of good stuff over there, opening things up for PulseChain. I retweeted because it sounds like pretty soon, by the way. Yeah, the Wolfa. I get in a Wolfa, sometimes AI it really gets me. I'm like, wow. You just put Richard as the Wolf of Wall Street deal. It's pretty cool. Let me find it. By the way, let me know if you've tried the Hyperlane, the new cross-chain swap bridge type deal for PulseChain. Let me know. I want to go over this in a minute too. Let me just table that for a second while I'm searching. Keep hearing the bridge is not working too. I don't think I've tried it for a while, but can you guys confirm? I'm sure the comments will confirm too. No, you got a bikini Liberty Swap there too with is that Mark Zuckerberg with a 6-leaf clover? Why no work links? How they not fix the 2 devs and holiday or something? It is. I will say, every time something like that goes, again, PulseChain's never down. The minimal of this network and the ethos is still intact. But God, when the bridge goes down or it's not working, I'm just like, how it's just because you're trying to onboard people, right? And you're like, oh, just go to the bridge over. It is so frustrating to have no guarantees. That I think I guess it boils down to the scenario that I think is most frustrating is if you were to reenact someone going to the bridge and being like, great, I've got $45. I'm about to take the PulseChain now, and I'm just going to go to the bridge and use it just like the instructions say. And they go there, and then the bridge is like, your wallet sucks, or whatever the bridge. I don't know. Let me check the bridge. I don't know what it says right now. Let's go to bridge. Will it tell me? Do I need to connect a wallet for it to tell me? I think that's what people are saying. Like, you go to connect a wallet and Wallet Connect doesn't work. I don't know what it is. So yeah, the scenario where it's like, that's it's like an unforced error type of thing. It's like, if you play sports and stuff, it's like the turnover that nobody caused it to happen. It's just because, you just like fumbled the ball or something. Like nobody's even around you and you just like lose the ball type of stuff. Whoa, just gotta laugh it off. Gotta be like, that's just how it is. That's just how it is sometimes. So network's never down. We're not Solana, right? We haven't been down 10, 11, 12 times. But when important products that, especially when we're doing everything we can to onboard people, are not working properly, from what I understand, it's just, yeah, it is annoying. I'm with you, but there's technically there's no 100% uptime for bridges, or PulseChain bridge, at least I'll say. I don't know. Maybe other bridges are up. So I don't know. So some people are saying it doesn't work. Brendan says works in incognito. Who knows? I mean, that's probably the reason why it hasn't been fixed immediately yet. I don't think devs are on vacation. I think it's like probably it could be just a very subtle change that happened. Maybe Wallet Connect. Didn't Wallet Connect, I feel like I thought I was looking at some, maybe it could be like they made some update for a library and the way we were using it just didn't work and caused some issue. So it's probably not simple, or else it'd already be fixed, but it is kind of one of those like, all right, we're just gonna use the community ones. There are plenty of community ones. Like literally, again, it's part of it's the principle of like, yeah, I don't want the thing onboard people to be down. Again, I'm sure they're doing their best. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure Richard and Brett Tapp don't like to see the thing down either, or not working for half the people use it, or whatever the thing is. But there are a lot of great community options. I mean, Liberty Swap. If you haven't heard or used Liberty Swap, it is becoming the most popular way to get on PulseChain. And they got this beautiful Aurora thing too, which is well worth the visit to the website. Just use that. You don't have to bridge anything. You just stay here, just make a bunch of circles. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the cool circles. Look at the circles. I like circles. Let's see if I can make a hexagon. Yeah, something like that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So in Liberty Swap, that's another thing. I just talked about, anyways, here's the one about Railgun. Privacy. So I just saw them post this recently. We're building the bridge between PulseChain and Railgun. Starting this week or early next week, users will be able to move USDT DAI from Railgun project to PulseChain via Ethereum without needing ETH to pay for gas. The ETH gas will be fully sponsored by our gas wallet, and no gas tracing will help protect users' privacy more effectively. So, don't know about Railgun? Go look it up. It's pretty cool. I've talked about that could be another feature for the official bridge. It could be for PulseX. It could be a new protocol, a product launched on PulseChain by the PulseChain devs too, or it could just be people building on it, like Liberty Swap. So pretty cool. Anonymous Tech. I think I went into technical stream on that somewhere, one of these streams as well. I think I went into Railgun and talked about that. But yeah, there could be a lot of really cool stuff. So again, all this is noise, honestly. Like I know it's frustrating, and I know that you don't, a lot of stuff you don't like to see, but really retail isn't here yet. Take that phrase and turn it into whatever means to you that we aren't getting a stampede into PulseChain just yet. So whatever isn't working, whatever isn't perfect, whatever happens, like I don't even care about the chart, none of that stuff. Like when I see the macros change, when I see giant clips getting bridged in, buying stuff, when I see, whatever, Richard live stream, when Ethereum hits 10K, when you see a ton of money getting bridged into PulseChain consistently over time, when the bridge number hits $1 billion, like there's all these different catalysts and stuff, all these different indicators that I would be looking for before I take anything serious as far as number go up in any way. Like every time it was like, oh, the pumps, it gets pumped up and it gets sold back down. Like that's because it ain't ready. Like all that is noise. Everything is noise until we truly get started. So when do we truly get started? They keep telling, yep, 2 more weeks. I keep hearing 2 more weeks. Nobody knows. But I'm going to hang around and find out. And like all this, I think it helps to not take it that seriously, because like I said, it's not, when the chain starts moving, when the glory run happens, you will know. I hope you're well positioned for it. But until then, just enjoy yourself. Go build something. Go be positive. Go look at I would say go get a 2000X on a tablet, but it's pretty hard to do. Apparently, you got to find one from an influencer, buy it, and then you didn't get a 2000X because that was technically $75, but 2000X from the starting price of it at least. So still, it's pretty good. I mean, $75 to 2000. Everyone's like, what are you talking about? Hold on, I get to it. Let me get to the tweet. I made a tweet. Yeah. So it was $1,000. I did the stream, the PulseChain iPad. I'm gonna keep calling it PulseChain iPad because it sounds cool. And who knows if we get extra engagement from saying iPad, because people looking for electronic devices like that. So you can call it PulseChain tablet, PulseChain iPad, whatever. Like everyone knows it's not an actual iPad. Who knows though? I haven't used it. Maybe it is pretty cool. Maybe it does have Bluetooth. I don't know. But 2200X from the bottom of the bids for this, pretty good. Pretty good. So $75. This is still like a 20X, 25X. Yeah. So guy who got it from influencer, making bank so far. Making bank. Look at these bids. So I was looking for some magic numbers in there. I did see 1,555. But the thing literally doubled in bids over the last couple of days. So enjoy the fun stuff while it's happening. Enjoy having to, sometimes I'm about to do a stream and I'm like, man, what am I going to talk about? Like, unless there's an interesting tweet that shows up, Richard tweets something interesting, or because I try to focus on the core coins and stuff. So you're welcome for racking my brain sometimes to figure out like what the hell is interesting to talk about today. So I don't think we understand how lucky we are. Like this is the it is the tip of the iceberg. Like this is, I know everyone's tired of being early. Let me be halfway through, but halfway through you may not have a big enough bag. So I hope everyone DCAing out there, putting in the work, DCAing, not thudding their own bags. I hope they are so rich. I hope they become the new rich. The delayed gratification crowd. The believer crowd. I'm excited about those people getting handsomely rewarded. So pretty cool stuff. Jalen says, Max, why you take my comments off screen? Don't think I took any comments off screen. I haven't clicked the mouse for a while on the chat. Just said that car looked like a McLaren. I'm not a troll or hater. I understand. Yeah, no, I didn't click any comments off screen. It looked like a McLaren. Is it a McLaren? Looks like a Lambo to me. Bro, you're right. Jalen, you are right. I'm looking at the bottom. It does say McLaren. I just assume every green car looks like a Lambo, but you are correct, sir. You are correct. No, I wasn't hiding your comment or anything. That is a McLaren. See? It is a McLaren. Bro. And when I read the back, I see McLaren Elva. There it is. There it is. You are so right. You know what? Don't we just use Lambo, generally speaking, anyways? Any green sports car is a Lambo to me. But yeah, it's a pretty fly McLaren, I gotta say. Pretty good. All right, McLaren. I'm gonna start calling McLaren. We're going past, Lambo is so 2020, so 2017. If we do another 10,000X, we going to Mars. We can go into the moon, going to Mars. And on Mars, there's a McLaren dealership, from what I understand. So good call, man. Good call. Like that. All right. Let me get to the chat. You guys want to chat it up? What do you want? What do you think is next for PulseChain 2? I try to answer. Sometimes I ask questions on X. It's kind of hit and miss. I'll ask a question and get like no responses to the questions where I'm like, this is like interesting. Like I want you to give me content to talk about sometimes over this stuff. If I ask a question on X about something like this, there's a good chance I'm going to talk about it on the show. No expectations, but like if you participate and provide good answers on stuff, like I show it on the show sometimes too. It makes for good conversation. So for example, this one talking about have people used Hyperlane yet, which is the new thing that I think Hex Scout helped get in. And I'm curious, like, because I would like to know, like, have people used it yet? Warfield says yes, it works well, fast. The only thing, liquidity, super lift, pulse, and other EVMs. So yeah, maybe liquidity stuff, which is that makes sense when it first launched too. So these are the questions I think are make interesting content for people to understand and see about the new products. Again, focusing like on more of the core stuff too. But other than that, I'm like 2200X on the iPad. Let's go. So if you have interesting questions or topics that are, they're not just shilling tokens, like, let's go get them. Let's talk about them. As far as what's next, again, does anyone, again, I've talked about so many things before in past streams, privacy stuff, the marketing. I was like, oh, marketing's coming up. Mega marketing is coming up. Here it is. Now we're getting like, awesome stuff going on there. People are working for months, day and night, pumping their bags. Like that's really cool. Super app. I've talked about super app. Has anyone not heard me talk about super app? I feel like I'm the only one talking about it, but it makes so much sense to me because Richard literally talked about forking a wallet. And I don't think it just needs to fork a wallet. I feel like that's that's a thing. You forked Ethereum, you get all the upgrades from that too. You fork MetaMask, for example, you get all the upgrades from MetaMask. But if you turn it into something amazing, turn it into something like a one-stop shop that's not just a wallet, it's a super app. It's connection to DEX and centralized exchange, and it's got staking integrated. And who knows, you earn ink for doing something, like maybe there's some kind of deal with that. And everything routes through PulseX, so you get the buy and burn. And there's like all kinds of like cool features and stuff like that. That would be pretty cool for some vertical integration. So talked about the list of dev things that he shared before. Will he go make or buy or acquire a centralized exchange to handle that part of fiat on off ramp. Margin trading, who knows, on centralized part. Will we see the privacy built into the super app too? Will we see the privacy portion built in for that? By the way, if you want to hear me go deep on the super app, just type in RHMax super app and you'll get like the full streams and videos about it. But I think those could be stuff. Could be really, as far as the next new PulseChain product, I think it's either going to be something privacy related or the super app. It could be both, but those two things as far as official products go. All right, I'm gonna go through the chat. No, those ideas 2019. What's needed is rotation. What does that mean, Crypto Marshall? I'm not going to quite understand which ideals are 2019 and what does rotation mean. So you're talking about like new bridges and stuff. Well, I got to put this on. By the way, go real DeFi. I did make a post earlier about not losing all your money and how like go real DeFi and PulseChainApp.com is the same website. Go real DeFi, PulseChainApp.com. And so do not Google and connect your wallet to any crypto site in search results. Do not do that. Do not lose your money. Not lose money, good, bad. We'll say good. Not lose money, bad. There we go. Moon next. Crypto Dan, how's it going? Moon next. Time to send it soon. Let's go, man. Let's go. So you just quit your job or bought the restaurant. Having a McDonald's background, depending on the context, could mean two different things. Maybe I'm a franchisee now. You never know. Never know. Maybe I'll do the McDonald's background. Like right now, it's like, you know, the joke is like quitting your job or going back to work. And but the joke, like after the bull run, after the 10,000 X's and stuff, if we are so fortunate to moon this place hard, it is yeah, I'm at McDonald's, just bought the place, you know, that kind of thing. That'd be fun. What's up, Dave? Dave 5656. What's up, my guy? What are the chances? I would imagine EHEX goes past 20 cents this year. I would say, again, I don't make predictions. I'm just thinking. I feel like people are super bullish on EHEX because the first thing they see when they come in, you make all these compelling cases for it. I wouldn't be surprised to see EHEX super pump this cycle and then kind of, you know, fade into the background for the next decade or so. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I mean, are people staking it? I've kind of, before the markets decided to tweet and after, I've talked about this before, but I'll give you the brief version. I used to be kind of like 60-40 PHEX, EHEX. And then after the markets decided, I kind of like understood how Richard felt about it too. And I understood like, okay, funneling everything into PulseChain like is, you know, best for the chain and all that stuff too. Again, everyone do whatever you want. This is my opinion. Then I was like, okay, I'm much more on PHEX than EHEX as far as like bullishness. Now, when I say bullishness, I mean, let me define that. Long-term bullishness. Will EHEX outperform PHEX this cycle? I don't know. Like for a certain period of time, it could be. I mean, it's got all these things. You can see a little liquidity, first mover advantage, oldest chart, like all this stuff. So would it surprise? Like it wouldn't surprise me if EHEX does super good this cycle, but it also wouldn't surprise me if it just kind of like if PHEX does super well, and EHEX still, you know, pumps with it, has its pumps up and down, but it isn't nearly the premier product that PHEX has decided to be. If the market continues to make that decision. So do I think it'll pump? Like anything can pump. EHEX has a lot going for it. Am I betting long-term on EHEX? I personally am not betting long-term on EHEX, but boy, you know, could it get exciting? And if it does do well, that's great marketing to be like, hey, that's EHEX. Come over to PulseChain and see what else is over here. So past 20 cents, I mean, who knows, man? Like we could be thinking we could be looking at dollars EHEX and dollars PX, like with a 2-to-1 ratio, 3-to-1 ratio, like whatever. And that could be pretty volatile too. So it's just they're just same code, different products to the way I look at them now, like different futures. So if you're EHEX Maxi, go be all you can be. I'm happy. I hope you get mad gains too. And the other way around. I understand both sentiments for it. Yeah. Castimated, how's it going? Welcome. It's back to this coming. It's going to 0. It has to. Why does it has to? To bounce from 99%? Was I explaining that? I'm not sure. I don't know. If it drops another, by the way, 369 viewers, I see. If it has to go down more, whatever. I wouldn't be shocked to see me streaming. I don't care what the colors look like. I don't care what the candles are. Anybody been following me for the last 3 years? You should understand by this point. You probably do. This could be a joke or otherwise, but you definitely could see that I don't care what the candles are. My mission is make this place the best place you possibly be. And that means being like not wearing my emotions by the candle colors. So I'm going to keep on being bullish, optimistic, and it's going to feel really good. One day it was like, yeah, I was right. Yeah, I knew it. And it feels pretty good. I think there's some satisfaction in not giving up and winning. So much satisfaction in that. Some people find it more than others. The Bastro Geo, he could be a very rich man. Maybe give you some. This is from the eBay listing. Making bank, man. Making bank. Hopefully get enough money. Maybe you roll that into some Hex token. Who knows? Do whatever you want with it. But it'd be funny if like all the eBay auctions, like, yep, gonna go buy some more Hex with it. That'd be funny. All right. What else? Sorry, I can't get to everything. Wrap up here in a few minutes. Will PulseChain reach SAC soon? Freeman, I have pretty much I talked about this a little bit before. The concept of sacrifice kind of has left like my vocabulary almost at this point. For the new people, they have no idea what a sacrifice is. Even if they do, they don't care. They just want to buy a product no matter what price it is. So again, everyone out here, we all bought the sacrifice, all sacrificed their Hex, got the PulseChain, got the PulseX, whatever. So to us, there's this anchoring point of like getting over sacrifice. But to me, I've literally just like the last few months, I'm like, it's sacrifice isn't useful for onboarding. So when I talk about sacrifice, like I'm going to talk about it more of like this historical thing that happened rather than, oh, we're almost at SAC. Like I don't even think about, are we almost at SAC price yet? Of course, I know what it looks like. I know it's on the price, chart sites and all that stuff too. But even that, like I don't even know why it is. It's just kind of like it's almost like a tip of the hat to the community. But I don't know. For me, if they disappeared one day and it was just like, these are PulseChain prices and sacrifice is just something that happened. I think they will one day. I think especially if we pump hard and get way past SAC and we keep above that for a long time, like that's the only reason sacrifice rate even comes up is because we're not at it yet. So once we go at it and beyond it, it's not even, it's not anything. So like this quote, like, will PulseChain reach SAC soon? So PLS, for example, is I think 304, somewhere through there. So SAC would be another 2.5x. So we'll PulseChain, do I think it'll do a number of X's? I don't know. I'm pretty bullish on it. I think the catalyst events I've talked about before, like when that happens, everything right now is just noise. I'm treating it as noise. When those catalyst events happen, I think the number of X's are tremendously underrated. There's people out there who are happy to get a 10x and leave, and may they get a 10x and do whatever they want with it. But I'm here for 10,000x. So if it comes now, it comes later. 2026. We're still out here streaming, looking for it. Hopefully, January 2026. Then that's how it is. But yeah, I don't even think about sacrifice rate anymore. I'm just kind of like, it's not even in my vocabulary. And it's not because I want to be like, oh yeah, everyone. It's not because it's like, it's in a what do you call it? I'm just moving past it. I'm just moving past sacrifice. I want to onboard the new people. So I feel like sacrifice is just this kind of like relic of the past for me. And again, everyone, and it's not like we're all in the same group. Like everyone who sacrificed is still down so much percent. So I've just chosen to be like, I'm going to look for the future instead of the sack rate type stuff. And I think we all will. I think sack rate is just a relic of this like angst and wanting to get to whole again. To me, it's like, even if we did a 2.5x tomorrow and got to sack rate, like, what does that mean to me? It doesn't mean anything. I'll be like, cool. I hope we can stop talking about sack rate and start talking about some hundreds of X's. Like I'm not even interested in like a 2.5x. So anyways, good question though, but that's just my feelings on sack rate. I don't know when we're going to get there, but I think once we get there and go way past it, we won't be talking about it too much after that. I hope so, in a very positive way. So it's a very positive outlook I have for it too. So, but yeah, good question. Send through the community site instead works great. Yeah, Liberty swap. I hear a lot of people love Liberty swap. Pretty good. 5555. How's it going, Trevor? All right. I think our upstreams to Interpol get settled. I could see that. Yeah, said another way. I could see RH not streaming until it makes sense to, which that would be the thing. But also, I'm not even waiting for him to. I'm not even looking forward to. It's kind of like I'm past RH streaming. To me, it's just a pleasant surprise if it happens at any point in the future. Like it's not even on my mind of like wanting it to happen anymore. So, which is probably good, because then if it happens, I'll be super, super happy, right? Pretty good. What's up, Hunter? Would be interested to hear your take on EHEX for, yeah, I think, I'm just reading the comment now, but I hope you heard. I did it. If you want any other perspectives on it, let me know. But that's my, I'm looking at PHEX for the long term. I could totally see EHEX pumping this cycle, but it's not something that I don't know how I think EHEX is the interest in EHEX and the bullishness on it. It almost comes from an angst. I can see it coming from an angst about PulseChain not doing 100x, yet. So I think that's why people are so interested in it, because they see an opportunity. That and all the technical stuff you could talk about that looks bullish. But as far as long-term product, I'm not interested in Ethereum tokens. Even though, again, let's say I had a whole bunch of EHEX, I don't need EHEX to, like, I'm not going to pump it just because it's like my bag something. It's like, yeah, it's nice, but it's not, I'm not going to be like, guys, we should go into EHEX and own the EHEX because I've got a ton of it and I want it to go to the moon. Like, I'm not going to promote it at the detriment of PulseChain type of deal, if that makes sense. So I think it's great that's pumping. I think it's great for marketing. I could totally see it doing well, but it's not my, I don't know. I don't think a lot of people are doing 5555s on EHEX. I could be wrong. I haven't checked the stats, but I would say the sentiment wise, I would, I'm more interested in PX type of deal. Omar, PulseChain is the most boring ever. Does it get boring sometimes? I don't know. I think a lot of people try to entertain themselves with playing games that I'm not interested in playing. But if you are focused on the core stuff, it is, yeah, I'm like scratch my head sometimes like, all right, somebody better tweet something cool, because otherwise you're going to hear me just talk about stuff like this, which is also fun. But yeah, it's boring until it's not. So I'm betting it won't be boring forever, Omar. I'm betting that. The Chad of Chads of 55555555. Abs, washboard abs. PulseChain tablet abs that did a 2200x. Pretty good. How's it going, man? All right, sorry, I can't get to all the questions. Hex King, I like that. I'll get to that question, that comment. Yaveen, how's it going, Yaveen? How max about changing the bridge back up? I don't know. I haven't. Someone in the chat tell me if the bridge is working well for you. I've heard mostly bridge is not working well. I haven't heard a lot of people say it is working well. So yeah, I would say Liberty Swap if you want to get people into, or you want to get money into PulseChain. They have 15,000 or maybe even 25,000. I thought I retweeted about the limits. Did I not? Did I just like it? I thought they said they did like 25,000 limits now. Let me get Liberty Swap. User can transfer between $200 and $25,000 per transaction from PulseChain to Ethereum. I guess when I see that, I just read it directly, literally. I guess that's both ways too, or at least PulseChain to Ethereum. So pretty cool. Okay, good. Glad I got you. PX my biggest bet. May we get another 10,000? Maybe we get a 10,000x. I don't know if you say another. I hope we get another hex 10,000x, and I hope PX is able to hit that whatever $35, $39 mark as well. So pretty good, pretty good. Hunter says not working MetaMask or in wallet trying to bridge this big Gibbs. Yeah, so there's Gibbs. Richard tweeted about this too. There's Gibbs. Gibbs.fi. I mean, just go to pulsechain.com if you want to see the options for bridging. It's actually a legit awesome website now. It was just kind of like a staging website before, but it's pretty sweet now. So buy PLS, trade on PLSX, get ready to start using PulseChain. So cross-chain swap, you got the bridge. Actually, the bridge link here doesn't even go to the official bridge. It goes to Gibbs.finance. So if you click it, okay, did that just, you guys see that? It popped up like a pop-up box here. Interesting. Anyways, it goes to Gibbs.finance, and then scroll down. Liberty Swaps here, Gibbs.finance. Those are the two that are on the PulseChain website for bridging stuff. And of course, Coast is on there for fiat direct to the bank account buying stuff. Hexcal's got some cool stuff. I think it changed down integration. There's Ramp now. There's PulseChain dashboard for privacy stuff and DeFi. Pretty cool product as well. So, all right. That is all I got for you today. Wag me. Wag me. Wag me. We're all going to make it. I hope so. If you got a big bag of PulseChain assets, especially the core coins, I don't know. I'd say your chances are higher than playing other risky games and stuff too. There's some good products in PulseChain, but there's a lot of ones that are worth avoiding too. At first instinct, at least for me. Anyways, that is all I got for you today. McLaren out. Scivive and 5555. We are out.
Let's see if they fuck with Kendrick Lamar one time. Hey, I remember some summer. I see from my level, some of this a nigga, this a family, this the mama counter. I'm a show with my account, I'm just fucking down with this. I say with my DJ there, only fully in the music girl, like a white and westy world with my taste buds. Ooh, that pussy good, like you said, they know my taste buds.
Ethereum, and so many coins. Which coin is the best? Is it too late to buy Bitcoin? Why must cryptocurrency be so confusing? When you need clear answers, go to Richard Hart. The smartest man in crypto, Richard Hart. Richard Hart started mining Bitcoins on his graphic card in 2011. Richard knows his crypto stuff. Crypto Smart with Richard Hart. Check out his YouTube channel.
Wow. Neat. Don't leave home without it.
This is the greatest thing I have ever seen in my life! This is amazing!